Crypto mining involves deploying your computer's processing power to verify transactions and add them to a blockchain. This helps prevent double spending on the Bitcoin network. However, mining consumes enormous amounts of electricity and requires expensive, specialized hardware. It also has negative environmental implications depending on how the energy is generated. What is it? Cryptocurrency mining is the process that blockchain networks use to confirm and verify transactions. It also serves as a way to introduce new coins into circulation. This process requires massive decentralized computing systems around the world to validate and safeguard the blockchain, the online ledger that records all cryptocurrency activity. In return, miners are rewarded with coins for their services. To validate a transaction, miners solve a complex computational math problem. They modify a few integers in a block to create a hash value that is less than or equal to a target hash. The first miner to find a valid hash earns a reward, which is typically a small amount of the cryptocurrency in question. Mining is a competitive process in which miners pool their computing resources and divide rewards based on the number of hashes they complete. Blockchains like Bitcoin need the participation of many miners to confirm transactions and protect against double spending and other security threats. The process of verification through crypto mining is known as proof of work, and it has become a central tenet of the Bitcoin ecosystem. Newer blockchains, however, use alternative consensus mechanisms that do not require or reward mining. Mining is an energy-intensive process that consumes a significant amount of electricity. In addition, it can be difficult to maintain a profit, especially as the price of Bitcoin fluctuates. This is why many miners operate in countries with low energy costs, such as China and Iceland. In the US, mining operations are increasingly being impacted by increasing energy prices and rising regulatory scrutiny. Early crypto mining equipment consisted of simple computers, such as a central processing unit, CPU, and a graphics card known as a GPU. More recently, miners have used specialized integrated circuits called Field Programmable Gate Arrays, FPGA, to increase the speed at which they can compute hashes. These devices can be customized to mine a specific coin and are more efficient than GPUs, but they still require expensive hardware. A recent report by NerdWallet found that it can cost more than $17,500 in power to run a single GPU mining rig. How does it work? Crypto mining is a worldwide decentralized network of computers that confirms Bitcoin transactions and adds them to the blockchain database. In exchange for their services, miners are awarded with new Bitcoins. This is a virtuous circle that allows the Bitcoin network to function as a peer-to-peer virtual cash system without any central authority. A computer running specialized software validates crypto transactions by performing complex mathematical calculations. These calculations are used to generate a cryptographic code or hash that identifies each transaction. The hash is then compared with the previous block's hash, which helps verify that the data in that block has not been modified or altered. The hashing process uses various algorithms to convert data into a fixed size value that can be searched for quickly and easily. Computers that are optimized for mining use a combination of processors, including general-purpose processing units, CPU, and graphics processing units, GPU. GPUs have more arithmetic logic units than CPUs, allowing them to solve these intricate math problems faster. Miners compete to add blocks or records to the blockchain by solving these computational puzzles. The first miner to find the correct solution wins a reward. The value of the cryptocurrency earned depends on how much computing power is required to solve the problem. This is referred to as the mining difficulty. To win a reward, a miner needs a computer with a high hash rate. This can be achieved by purchasing and using a dedicated mining rig that is capable of generating large numbers of hashes per second, or GHS or THS. Alternatively, consumers can hire cloud mining vendors to run their rigs remotely for them. Running a large mining operation requires a lot of energy to keep the mining equipment cool, and the power generated emits greenhouse gases. This is one reason many major miners are located in northern countries, where electricity prices are lower. Mining can also consume large amounts of water for cooling purposes. The environmental impact of the industry has not been fully assessed, but it is likely to be significant. Is it profitable? During its boom in popularity, crypto mining was lucrative for miners who could afford high-end graphics processing units, GPUs. However, the Bitcoin mining arms race ended as the cryptocurrency's price crashed and the overall difficulty of mining increased. The profitability of crypto mining depends on several factors, including upfront equipment costs and electricity consumption. The cost of electricity per kilowatt-hour is a significant factor because ASICs use up to 72 terawatts of energy, roughly the same as 500,000 PlayStation 3 devices. This is why many miners are now embracing renewable energy sources to help reduce their environmental footprint. Other expenses to consider include the cost of housing the mining operation, maintaining and keeping it cool, connecting it to a fast, reliable internet provider, and staffing it if you want to manage it yourself. Additionally, the price of cryptocurrencies is highly volatile and can shift suddenly. Therefore, it's important to monitor prices and adjust your mining strategy accordingly. Most cryptocurrencies use the proof-of-work consensus mechanism to secure blockchain transactions. In this model, miners compete with each other to guess the correct hash value, and the first miner to crack the code earns rewards, new native coins plus transaction fees. Other cryptocurrencies use a different method to validate transactions known as proof-of-stake, staking. In this method, validators are randomly selected based on their holdings of a given coin, and they earn rewards for their participation. Considering the complexity of setting up and operating a mining operation, it may be more efficient to outsource this task. Many miners are turning to cloud mining, which enables them to rent specialized hardware from a third party. This can be more expensive than purchasing your own hardware, but it is a good option for those who don't have the technical expertise or resources to manage an on-premise mining operation. However, if you are going to outsource mining, make sure the service provides the right hardware for the job and understand any security concerns that may arise. Also, be aware of any tax obligations that may apply to your earnings. Are there risks? There are a number of risks associated with crypto mining, some of which are financial and others regulatory. For example, if you mine cryptocurrency and live in an area where it is prohibited or highly regulated, your mining operations may be subject to fines or other penalties. Additionally, the volatility of digital currencies can make it difficult to remain profitable over a sustained period. Finally, the energy-intensive nature of crypto mining can strain power grids and cause utilities to increase prices. For these reasons, miners must pay close attention to their energy costs and invest in a cost-effective solution. One popular method is to use flaring, the process of venting natural gas from oil wells, as a source of cheap electricity. This approach involves piping the gas into generators that create electricity to run the computers used for mining. In many cases, the generators can also generate up to 160 degrees Fahrenheit of heat to keep the mining equipment warm. The risk of cyber threats is another major concern for miners. Several different types of malware have been created to target mining operations and steal computing power for their own purposes. As such, IT system administrators and information security professionals must be vigilant in monitoring network traffic for red flags that could indicate a mining infection. In addition, they should consider application whitelisting and other measures to protect against the spread of malicious software. In the US, an assistant facilities director was recently arrested for running an illegal cryptocurrency mining operation from his crawl space under a school in Cohasset, Massachusetts. The operation was using a significant amount of electricity to verify blockchain transactions, and the town's utility company alerted authorities when they noticed a spike in energy usage at the school. The suspect has since pleaded not guilty to charges of fraudulent use of electricity and criminal damage. He will be remanded into custody and ordered to pay more than $17,000 in damages to the utility company.